So the next one would be the superintendent's report.
Superintendent's report. Before I begin tonight, I'd like to introduce Scott Baranek. Scott, if you'd like to step up to the microphone for a second. Scott Baranek was newly appointed in May as our CFO for the upcoming school year. He will start July 1st. He's already begun meeting with Tim and going through some of the transition process and looking at the budget and some of those items. Scott will be at the board meeting July 12th. That will be his first actual board meeting. However, Tim will be in attendance at that board meeting, since that will be the night the board will hopefully approve the tentative budget, since Tim did a majority of, I should say, all the legwork on this budget. So I remember when Tim and I first started our first board meeting 3 days into the job, we had like a 6-hour board meeting on the budget that we didn't create. So I said, to avoid that, we're going to have Tim come to the July meeting so that it's a smooth baton pass and we can cover the budget. And so I'd like to welcome Scott. And Scott, the floor is open if anybody has any questions for Scott. Or...
Welcome, Scott. You got big shoes to fill.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to filling them.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
All right, to keep focused, we'll move on.
Okay.
All right. Superintendent's report continued.
Curriculum Advisory Council, no updates at this time. Facility Advisory Council has not met yet. We will probably have a meeting end of June and July. Once the project really starts to get rolling, you'll see from the documents there's not much going on in the next few weeks except for demo and roof tear off and vacuuming. So I'm holding on a facilities meeting till we start getting into some substantial work so that they can walk the job with me, ask questions, and at that time see if there's any additions in allowance or add-ons. The pool permit has been in, so we're in the process of scheduling the new chlorine machine install. Finance Advisory Council did meet, prepared the budget. That the board received the first draft of first read of the budget in tonight's packet. I'd ask that you take the next 2 weeks or so to look over the first draft and submit your questions so that Tim and Scott can go through those. And in the July board meeting, we'll answer those questions. And the idea is to approve the tentative budget in July, let it sit on display until September, and then we'll pass the formal budget in September.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
When do you think you'll have the budget with the full current fiscal year with those comparisons instead of that?
You're talking about the June 30th actuals?
Mm-hmm.
We don't receive those until after the July board meeting, if I'm not mistaken, or do we get them before the July board meeting?
Yeah.
So if we could have Eileen update that. But that won't be until after, with the holiday. July 1st is Friday and July 4th is Monday. So you probably won't get it till close to when the packet's going out. So
But-
I'd still try to get some general questions.
We could probably send it out after the July board meeting. When we get it, it's gonna be that week after the 4th when we'll get the financials.
Right, so it won't be in the July, it won't be in the tentative budget approval.
Correct.
And I don't think it has been in the past. I think
No,
what
it
we've
couldn't
done is
have
we've
been.
done the May
We update.
30th,
Yeah.
and then at the August meeting, we update it with the June, because we could still make minor changes at the August meeting, and then the September is when we formally approve it. Personnel, no update, and policy, no update.